Hey everyone, welcome back to Kenshi. We are playing as Tankface again today. I decided to do some training off camera just because we've been doing a lot of that in the recent episodes. So I wanted to grind out Tankface's melee abilities. And now we're going to go ahead and jump back in. Our base got raided by some robots, so we have to try and kick them out once again. After that, we're going to go down south to, I believe it's called Fishman Island, down here, this area. And we're going to acquire Tankface's last piece of equipment for this playthrough. We are going to switch over to the Maytao combat cleaver, and we'll be ready to fight the Southern Hive. We also want to get an enemy that is high in toughness so that we can knock them out, bring them down to the Southern Hive, and drop them there. I found that's a good tactic for a distraction while we invade the base. So we might try that tactic. We'll see how that goes. Let's switch Tankface's equipment out. So he has his combat equipment on. Let's try out the Eagle's Cross. I'd like to be able to take these guys out from a distance, so let's actually back up here a bit. Okay, well, we won't bother sneaking for now. We'll hold position, and we'll see if Tankface can take these guys out from a distance. You can see the Eagle's Cross is doing over 100 damage per shot. Really slow to reload, but as you can see there, really effective in dropping your enemies, even if it's just hitting the leg, as it did with this guy. Just dropped him immediately. Also a very high bleed. You can see his oils bleeding out of his body pretty quickly. Come on, Tankface. Oh, wow, his chest armor is really high. Oh, actually, that was a shot from his buddy behind him. That's why it was only 30 damage. There we go. So when Tankface hits him, it's over 60 with his chestplate armor, and he's gonna die. Looks like Tankface has 3 arrows in the brain right now. Yeah. Alright, looks like we ran out of ammo. One thing about the Eagle's Cross, you really just can't carry a ton of ammo for it. The stacks are only 10 bolts each, where the regular bolts are, I believe they're 30, yeah, 30 bolts each stack. Let's get a little further away from this cleanser unit. Oh, got a gas cloud coming in. We are right at the edge of it too. Come on, Tankface, get out of there. Let's go up here on the hill. Let's see if we can shoot him from here. I don't know if elevation makes a difference. I don't think that it does, but we'll try it. Oh, that guy's not going to get back up. Got hit in the chest with an Eagle's Cross and went down. And now he has a rapidly deteriorating chest wound. Come on, Tankface, drop these guys. There we go. He's not going to get back up either. Don't have too many rounds left. Hopefully we can do enough damage to these guys. Just a few rounds left. Okay, we just missed 2 shots. It's a pretty critical failure for Tankface here. Go, headshot. Alright, dropped him. Got a stomach wound. He's gonna bleed out as well from the stomach. And we only have a couple shots left of the Eagle's Cross. Here's the last shot. We nailed this guy in the chest. He's still not going to go down yet. Let's switch over to our old world crossbow. It's the Mark II, so that should be pretty effective. Alright, this guy's dying. Got hit in the head with a Masterwork old world crossbow. he's not getting back up. Alright, I think we've managed to clear most of these guys out, and it doesn't look like they're going to get back up. Or if they do, they'll only be up for a short while before their wounds, before they succumb to their wounds. So let's go ahead and get ready for the fight in Fishman Island. Alright, yeah, they are completely wiped out here. Let's repair our door. Like, he looks like he's just gonna bash right through that thing, and then he stops because he can't actually cross that boundary. That's pretty intimidating to see him charge the gate, though. Alright, Tankface is now fully healed, so let's go ahead and prep for our journey down to the Fishman Island. So it looks like we're pretty good on all of our supplies. Let's take a few crossbow bolts with us. Actually, let's just take most of them. We'll probably need to have some ranged abilities. Also, let's switch out Tankface's gear. Go back to stealth. So I think Tankface is ready. Let's go ahead and start making our way down to Fishman Island. We are going to have to cross right over Gray Shelf. In fact, what we'll probably want to do is head up to Spring, grab some more Eagle's Cross bolts, and then we'll head down to Fishman Island. And just so we have enough money to buy what we need, we're going to go ahead and grab a couple items here to sell off. He only has 12 stacks of bolts, but we'll just grab whatever he has. Sell off the AI core. And we'll grab as much of these as we can as well. Okay, I feel like we're pretty well stocked up on bolts. We could probably get rid of one of these CPU cores. Oh wow. Rhinobot CPU core is worth 30,000. I did not know that. That is a lot of money. Alright, we're ready to head to Fishman Island. I think what we want to do first is cut across Gray Shelf and then head south to Katoon and then down south to Fishman Island. Alright, I think I'm going to let Tankface fight this Southern Hive guy. Getting a little bit of XP with his sidearm here. Yeah, he's really not having any issues fighting this guy. I think at least one-on-one, Tankface is doing pretty well. Okay, Tankface, go ahead and go back to range there, buddy. Nice. Well, these skeleton bandits actually have pretty high stats. Let's switch out Tankface's equipment real quick. We don't want to take any unnecessary damage, so we'll make sure Tankface is well protected here. Nice. Wow, that was no contest for Tankface. Okay. We'll just make sure they don't use their bandages and get back up, and we'll be on our way. Actually, I think what I'm going to do from here is just make a beeline for the island, and we'll go back to our stealth. Alright, we just found a patrol. We definitely want to avoid them, so let's see if we can get out of their way here. Now, the thing about the Southern Hive is that their patrols often are in full sprint, and they're pretty fast, so most of the other factions in Kenshi have patrols that just walk around, so they're easy to avoid. The Southern Hive, not so much. Their patrols are walking, but they also have patrols that are sprinting, and those patrols are really hard to avoid sometimes. Alright, we have visual on the island. Oh, jeez. Wow. I did not see that coming. Okay, we gotta get Tankface out of here. Come on, Tankface. He ran like smack into the middle of a squad, or not a squad, a grouping of skin spiders, and these guys hit really hard, so... And Tankface doesn't have his armor on, so yeah, that was totally random. And scary. Let's make sure we get away from these guys. So there's two main bridges, I believe, to get to the island. Let's just try the north bridge here. Another thing we want to do is switch out to the Eagle's Cross. One of the reasons we want to do that is we want to hit as hard as we can to kind of thin their numbers. They will capture Tankface if we get outnumbered and we get overwhelmed, and we don't want that to happen because that will be the end of our series, since we are playing a permadeath series. There's some fishermen right there. There's a squad running around. I believe the Fisherman King is down at the southwest side of the island, so let's head down that way. Yep, so there's his headquarters. I actually don't remember if they have crossbow turrets on the walls, but hopefully not. Alright, let's pause and assess our situation here. I think these are just standard foot soldiers. Yeah, these guys are pretty weak, but the Fisherman King is actually pretty strong. And I forget what building he's in, so we'll have to go inside and do a little recon. And the good news is I don't see any crossbow turrets, so we're going to be dealing with mostly melee enemies. which shouldn't be too much of a problem for Tankface. Or is he? Don't know where the King Gurgler is. Is he? Is this him? Another alpha? So it looks like we may have stopped a little bit prematurely. I thought he was in this main base, but it seems like we are mistaken. I think he might be further to the southwest. No wonder we couldn't find him. I think he is south a bit further. There he is. I couldn't remember if he was in this main base or if he was in a different structure, but it looks like he's in a tower down here in the south. Oh wow, okay. Now I remember this part. So he's quite a bit bigger than the rest. He's also got some pretty decent stats. What we're after is his Maytao cleaver. His combat cleaver, so we're going to go ahead and take that off of him. We'll probably bring this fight outside and use the crossbow to whittle down their numbers a bit, just so we don't get overwhelmed. We don't want Tankface to become literal fish food, so let's go ahead and bring these guys outside. Oh, just for the sake of curiosity, it's a 100% chance to knock out, so let's see what happens when we try it. Okay, so there's a hard-coded fail for stealth when you walk into the room, which means that you're not gonna knock out the King Gurgler, even if your stealth is really high. And that is the weapon we're after. So let's bring these guys outside. Well, this Gurgler just got shot in the stomach. They have pretty high toughness. I didn't remember they actually have pretty decent HP. Part of the reason why we want to whittle down their numbers. And now that we're out in the open, Tankface has an advantage here. Oops. He has the speed and range damage to whittle down their numbers, and then we'll go in for the kill with melee combat. Doing massive damage with this Eagle's Cross. Even if it hits their arm, they just bleed out. Like this guy. He's gonna die from blood loss, just because the Eagle's Cross has such a massive bleed stack. These guys are getting shot in the arm quite a bit. Well, I guess very high chance to hit the arms for these guys. Like almost every shot Tankface lands, he's hitting their arms, which is kind of strange. I thought they'd be getting hit in the chest a lot more. Oh yeah, this guy already got shot in the head once. This is the second shot to the head. 2 Eagle's Cross bolts to the head, and he's almost dead. Nice shooting, Tankface. Alright, so I think we whittled their numbers enough to enter into melee combat fairly safely for Tankface. If he takes too much damage from that combat cleaver though, we're going to go ahead and go back to our ranged combat. Okay, yeah, he took a huge hit to the leg there. He knocked the King Gurgler for quite a lot of damage there. About 103 points of damage to his chest. Luckily he blocked that shot from the combat cleaver. And that one as well. Yeah, he's gonna wreck these guys. Yeah, now it's just him and the King Gurgler, and he's gonna knock him out. There we go. Got him. Alright. So now we have the Maytao Combat Cleaver. We're gonna go ahead and switch that out for the Long Cleaver just because it is a little bit better in terms of DPS. We're going to go ahead and take the King Gurgler's head as well. It's worth quite a bit of money. Alright, so Tankface is now completely outfitted for his battle against the Southern Hive. He has everything he needs, including now the Combat Cleaver Maytao grade, which is going to be really effective against the Southern Hive, chopping off limbs, also really good against robotics. You'll see why that's really important. The extra armor penetration and damage versus robots is going to be really helpful, as you'll see later in the series. Alright, so we accomplished our goals here. Let's go ahead and see what else is inside of this tower. See if there's any high level loot to be had. I'm also thinking we might grab... Oh, hey. How fast do you guys run? Oh, you guys are pretty slow. We don't have to worry about them. I'm also thinking about grabbing the Great White Gorilla as a decoy. What we'll do is we'll knock him out, we'll heal him up, and then we'll drop him in the middle of the Southern Hive as a distraction, just so that we're not so overwhelmed with their numbers. And we'll use that as a decoy so that we can use our crossbow and pick them off from a distance. Oh, that's a big crab. Adult crab. Hey, buddy. I'm glad you're slow, buddy. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is make our way to Morn, grab the Great White Gorilla, and knock him out, and then make our way back up to base, heal him up, and then we'll be ready to take on the Southern Hive, and that'll be the end of our series. And let's see how Tankface does in melee combat against him. Probably not going to do that well, but hopefully with this Maytao weapon we can knock him out fairly quickly. Okay. Let's see how we do, Tankface. Why is the gorilla not hostile? Does he not see Tankface? Oh, there he goes. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's gonna knock Tankface out for sure. But this is really gonna level Tankface's combat ability. It looks like the town is coming to help. We should probably close that gate. We don't want them getting knocked out. And we'll patch these guys up when they go down. Tankface is kind of honor bound to help out anybody who's come to his aid, so we'll make sure these guys don't die. Okay. Let's see how bad these guys' injuries are. Yeah, not too bad right now. Tankface's head is just getting smashed by this guy. His defenses are going up really fast. What is his attack? Oh my god, his attack is 108. We might have to switch over to a ranged combat to take this guy down. Wow, Tankface's defenses are going up super fast, fighting this gorilla. And we are only doing 30 damage with this Meita weapon against the Great White Gorilla. That's pretty amazing. So if Tankface goes down here, we are going to want to position ourselves next to the stairway, just in case we need to make a quick exit. So let's move Tankface over here. Okay, he's about to go down here. We seriously just got like 5 to 6 points of defense experience, so this fight alone was worth the trip here. Alright. Tankface just got knocked out. And these Eagle's Cross bolts are not doing much damage, and they're like the highest handheld crossbow, highest level handheld crossbow in the game, and it's only doing 29 points of damage to him. Definitely going to be taking this guy down to the Southern Hive. He might even prove to be more than a distraction if he can help me knock out some of the Southern Hive army. Alright, I think just a couple more shots here and we'll knock out the gorilla from blood loss, and we'll grab him and take him up to our base. There we go, got him. Alright, let's first aid him. Alright, let's grab the Great White Gorilla and head home. And we're going to go ahead and go back to our speed build here. Alright, we made it back to base. Let's go ahead and store all of our stuff. Okay, that looks pretty good. We have plenty of loot here to sell if we need more financing for ammunition and that sort of thing. He's going to have to hold this gorilla until the gorilla's healed up. If we put the gorilla down, he'll wake up and try and fight Tankface again, so we're just going to hold on to him for now. And in the same fashion, Tankface is also going to need to stand here and heal as well, so we'll fast forward the time and do that. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to start our series finale, Assault on the Southern Hive, and get Tankface some of his revenge he's been craving for so long and training for so long. I hope you'll join me for that, and thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video.